Call the August 4th, 2025 meeting of the Nacogdoches Historic Landmark Preservation Committee to order. Jessa, will approve the minutes?
Yes.
Please review the July 7th, 2025 minutes.
I move we approve them as written.
We have a motion for approval. Do I have a second?
There's a correction, I think.
Okay.
It says commissioners present, it lists Eric Gaylord, then it said commissioners absent, and it lists Eric Gaylord.
Where is that?
The very first.
He should have done better.
You know what, that's a pretty good trick, though, to be here and not be here both at the
Yeah,
same time.
he's not here, but he's here, so.
So aren't you gonna wait around and see if someone seconds my motion to approve?
Before we have a,
You want me to shut up?
before we get it, well, we can now have one after we've got that change noted.
Do we deny them or decline them if there's a correction to be made? Do we approve them with?
that connection?
Okay.
Yeah, you can make a motion to approve with the stated correction.
Would you like,
We'll do whatever you wanna do, Charles. That's not my motion, but that's not what I made, but fine, change it.
since there's not a second, I'm assuming there's not.
Well, I move that we approve them with the correction noted.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. You want to second it?
No, I'm leaving, I'm out of this.
Oh,
now.
you are?
I'll second that.
Okay, I'm glad somebody's playing ball today. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nays. Ayes have it unanimously. And they'll go to the regular agenda, item A.
I'm gonna ask Eric about his trick about being in two places at once. Something I'd like to know.
Hold by the gate.
You know what? He might could do it if anybody
I
could.
think he could. So your agenda item 3A is a COA for 325 North Lanana Street. It's COA 2025-009. You all have seen this case before. There was no motion taken on it at a previous meeting, but we got some clarification and are representing that to y'all today. So this property at 325 North Lanana is contributing to the Zion Hill National Register Historic District. It's built between 1900 and 1920 is the approximate date on all of our surveys. The applicant is wanting to put a prefabricated garage that's 22 by 25 feet. It is a metal garage with a 10-foot side height. At the last meeting, there was some concern about the exact placement, the color, and what our zoning ordinances said as far as prefabricated buildings, so I got some clarification on that. The clarification from the applicant's son was that the foundation would be using limestone rock, which is already there, which is why some of your ordinance criteria have changed, because since there will be no digging, archaeological concerns are no longer there. Structure is going to be positioned 1 foot inside the existing fence row, relatively close to the building. Exterior color of the garage will match the house. To be said, the color of the garage will stay the same. The house itself will be painted in the near future. So it's going to be kind of a white and tan color for the home itself, so those two will match. And then the wooden garage that was there was starting to fall apart, was very deteriorated, so they were concerned about some safety concerns there, and so it was removed. According to our city planner, we are allowed to have additional units on the properties. They have to be 10 feet from the rear of the lot line, 5 feet from the side lot line, and 10 feet from the main residential structure. But there's no other regulations as far as, what types of materials or anything of that nature. And the proposal from the applicant will meet these specifications.
Jessica, would you
Yes.
say again how far it is from that fence? Because that is a lot line.
They had said 1 foot until we brought back up to them that does not match what the city planner said. And they said we would put it where the city planner told us we had to.
Because I think we asked them to put it inside the limits of the back of the house.
Yes. And it will be, originally it was that 1 foot until we said, well, actually our zoning codes say you have to scoot it over a little bit. And so the intention is to put it where the previous one was, which does match the city planner's approval.
Good.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
But it will be outside the boundaries of the house, won't it?
I don't believe so, so let me skip to one of the pictures that we created. So as of right now, and you'll have to excuse this drawing on your screen because I did it, so it's not exact. But it would be a 25 by 22 foot structure, and that is the approximate location they're wanting to do, which is fully located behind the house. So it won't stick out on either end. It should still fit within the bounds of the house. which is where the previous one was. When you were driving north on Lanana, you could see the very back of it, but if you were heading south on Lanana, you can't see it from there. I even went so far as to go into their driveway, and it's very hard to see until you were almost to the very back of the property. Because I have some pictures on here as well. So this is essentially where they're wanting to put it on the property, where all the white rock is, which is just about level, or just about even with the side of that house. It actually is in about a foot, roughly. So that is their location they're wanting to put it. This is the driveway. I was standing with my back in the street, looking at the house. And then I thought I had another picture. And then this is looking if you're heading north, and you can see the previous garage in the background.
And that's the garage that'll be torn down.
It has already been torn down.
It's already
yes.
torn down.
And so there'll be new paint in this building, even though it's metal, will be painted to fit with the whole.
Well, no,
scheme.
the metal building will stay this tan and white color. The house itself, the wooden house, will be painted to match
Tan
that
and
garage.
white. Okay.
Yes, there is quite a bit of peeling paint around the back.
Sure.
So their intention was to repaint the home.
That's good.
Jessica, I think it's more than 5 feet from that fence to the house.
Okay.
I've been over there twice to look at it.
As far as it, let me get back to my drawing. So you're saying it's more than, from the garage to the home itself is more than?
No, I'm talking about if we said that it has to be inside the boundaries of the back of the house, so it'll be basically hidden from the street. If you're saying they can put it 5 feet from the fence, it's going to be outside the boundaries of the
It's gonna
house.
be, you're saying it'll be, south,
Yeah, if it's sitting here like this is the back of the house, it could be put out almost to here, maybe a couple of feet past.
And the 5 foot is what the city planner says is the minimum. So they have to go at least 5 feet. They can go more than 5 feet. And what the
Right.
applicant has said is, we want to go where the old garage was, which was more than 5 feet from that fence line. It was pretty much in line with that south wall of the home.
Is it legal for us to put in the motion, it must be within the boundaries of the back of the house?
I think with a lot of this, since HLPC is looking at the appropriateness of the structure with the property, it's appropriate to say, you know, we want it to fit inside the footprint of the previous garage, which fit essentially with that house and fitting with the planning and zoning ordinances.
Because my concern is, I don't think anybody knows exactly where that one was. They could put it any way they want
Well,
and
that
say,
was-
well, it's there.
it was considerably back further. I don't know, I wish I could point to this thing. The house itself is plenty wide
It is, yes.
to hide this building. So if we stipulate that this new structure would be within the boundaries of the building that's existing, I think it'll fit within the 5 feet deal and it'll work. I think you're saying we can't stipulate that?
I think you can say that it needs to be hidden from view, preferably within the bounds of this house. So that way.
Within the side boundaries of the house, it will be hidden from you if you
Yeah,
do that,
yeah.
but it will not be if you go out.
Yes. Yeah, so I think you can stipulate that in your motion as far as, you know, you approve the structure as
Yeah.
long as it is hidden from view of the house by locating it within the width of the home. Or if you want to phrase it a different way.
Okay, good.
Any more questions of Jessica? Any comments? Someone want to make a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion, we approve the COA and we'll stipulate that it be within the width of the back of the house, so it'd be hidden. And I think that will do us, and that the rest of the, seeing that they're gonna repaint it, it will fit with the structure, with the area. So I make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
Got a second for that motion? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it.
Can I, since we're in the middle between, so you're saying that about prefab buildings and that kind of buildings, that the city ordinance says it's okay?
Yes.
Is that speaking of the ordinance that we work within, or the city ordinance all over town?
So the planning and zoning ordinance applies to the town as a whole.
Okay.
HLPC has those additional items like you see listed in here as far as your
Sure.
criteria for approval. So planning and zoning codes are typically, building codes, zoning
Okay.
codes, things like that that apply to the
So
city as a whole.
our ordinance that we work with
Mm-hmm.
does not reference portable buildings or these kind of structures, does it?
It does not. It talks a bit about site design, but mainly that's fences and plantings and things like that, not necessarily accessory buildings. It talks about things being appropriate to the site itself, but doesn't call out prefab garages or accessory dwelling units or anything like that that's handled in the planning zoning code.
So it is appropriate that we do consider those things as
Yes.
far as the site, how it would affect the site and the neighborhood, as it were.
Yes, sir.
Would that be appropriate for us to consider that as people in the future come to us?
Yes, and especially even in HLPC's items, under our criteria, there's quite a bit about the appropriateness of contemporary structures or contemporary
great.
alterations. So even if it's not talking about a garage or a shed, there's still HLPC precedent to say this fits or does not fit as a contemporary
Okay,
addition.
great, that's good to know. Thank you. I figured you were gonna say all that, I just wanted you to say it out loud.
I'm glad I could come up with all that.
Thank you.
I'm glad I could pull that out.
Yeah, thank you.
So item 3B is a COA. It is a sign request for 702 East Main Street. This building is located in the Downtown Historic District. It's not listed in the 1986 Historic Site Survey. We find that survey didn't go down quite that far. This building's approximate build date is about 1970. So what the applicant is requesting is to install two 10-foot by 2-foot signs on the north and the west facades of this building. They are wanting to do metal signs that will be attached to the building using brackets with screws and then filling the screw holes with silicone to prevent any kind of rust around there. And staff find that criteria ordinance B, D, J, and K relate to this. There is a few pictures here. It's the 5-star auto glass detail. These are in the approximate locations of some former signs. If you all remember, there was big letters that said, I think it was Magnolia Transmission.
Right.
So there was a big red letter, so they will be utilizing any holes that they can, and then installing those two signs, if approved. And so those criteria apply, and also chapter 10 of the design guidelines, where it does say that flush-mounted signs are appropriate, and then using custom designs that portrays your business as being unique is also recommended here. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any comments? There being none, consider a motion.
Well, I was just gonna say, I thought the text dot expansion was going to take that building. It's not?
Not that we know of. I don't think it'll go up that far. I believe right where that retaining wall is, right before that is about as far as it will take. I do think they may lose some frontage, but in the current plans, that building won't be demolished.
Okay.
It is a real improvement over what it was, it did look like.
They've done a lot of work.
They really have.
It looks nice. So the home that's next door to this building to the east will be destroyed?
No, that one will not. I think the retaining wall and maybe
Okay.
some of the front yard.
Okay.
But the building itself should be fine.
That's just a question through an arrow, shocked.
Okay, a motion?
I make a motion, we approve COA 2025-015 with the criteria listed, B, D, J, and K.
We have a motion, do I have a second? We have a motion and a second, any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it.
Your next item is another sign request. This is COA 2025-016 for 108 East Hospital Street. This is in the Downtown Historic Overlay District. It was listed as good condition in the 1986 survey, but they did not list contributing or non-contributing. I'm not sure the reasoning, but there's quite a few properties that the conditions listed, but not if they're contributing or not. This applicant is requesting to replace a new sign in place of an existing sign. It would be 12 feet by 33 inches and will be aluminum and acrylic, which is similar to the existing sign, lit with LED bulbs. and they'll be using a steel mounting brackets for this one. B, D, J, and K in Chapter 10 also apply to this one, similar to the one before it. These are some pictures. This, of course, is the old Mize department store. So the little red square is where the current sign is that they're wanting to replace. Excuse me. So the CBH insurance sign would come down, and this new security service insurance would go up in approximately the same place. And it's very similar materials, just a little bit different style. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. One more picture close up. Here we go.
Any comments? Hearing none. Someone have a motion?
I move that we approve COA 2025-016.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, everyone signify that for it, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Unanimously passed.
And that is all we have for you today.
Is this a record?
It's pretty close. It might be a second place.
Last week we were faster.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.